Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. I got some good news, or I guess I got some bad news if you're a Democrat. Folks, it just keeps piling on. You know, there's all kinds of interesting topics out there these days. A lot of the times I like to cover cultural stuff, I like to cover viral videos. I don't want to make it all political all the time, or at least not, constant political analysis. I like to do my little political analysis and polling videos, and then fill it up with some nice variety. But these days, we're getting into election season. It's just election, election, election. And we've been building on this one trend. This sort of walk away from Joe Biden, this voter regret, this disillusion with the Biden administration, Bidenomics, really with all of it, and how that's inevitably sort of manifesting itself in this kind of soft Trump support, or it's creating a Trump allure that's much more significant and much stronger than previously seen. I just recorded a video on the whole Chris Cuomo situation. Well, we're continuing to build on it. We got a Newsmax on the street video where people in the Bronx were interviewed, and the vast majority of individuals queried said it outright that Joe Biden's a failure, and many of them are singing a far different tune, and that's the tune of "Bring Back Trump, We Need Trump Now." Friends, the Democrats are losing so badly that they're losing support in Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Bronx district. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, guys, so listen. Listen, okay? We're going to the Bronx, friends. We're going to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's district. This is a place that votes for AOC at a 70 to, mid-20 margin. This is a Democrat stronghold. This is one of the most blue of blue places. This place is so blue that you don't even need a campaign. I don't even think AOC campaigns in her own district. In fact, I don't even think AOC really ever goes to the Bronx at all. She goes maybe annually, maybe 2 times a year from what I've seen, and does little public speaking events where she usually gets protested into oblivion. But anyways, it's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's district, and well, the sentiment seems to be shifting all right.
The Bronx is the bluest of New York City's boroughs, and the only borough with the Hispanic majority. President Biden got 83% of the vote here in 2020. But now the Biden campaign is seeing polls coming out saying President Trump is gaining traction with voters of color, even younger voters. So I came to the Bronx to put a face on the numbers, and I was shocked by what I heard on the streets. Do you think that President Biden is doing a good job with the economy?
No, he's not doing nothing to support nobody.
Is he doing a good job? Yes or no?
No. I can see we're all going to be in the streets homeless.
Biden and his press secretary said that prices are going down. Is that your experience, or is that not true?
No, that is definitely not true. Prices are definitely going up. I used to go across the street to Fordham to go get me a meal. I can't even get me a meal because that meant $20.
Minority communities, we're not seeing the improvement. There's inflation with everything: food, gas, insurance prices. You name it.
Bidenomics is not working. It's just a complete mess. It's a disaster. Especially here in New York City, we're feeling it very hard.
If you could say anything to Biden right now, who says that the economy is improving, especially in black and brown communities, what would you say to him?
That's lies. I believe that's lies. Heavy lies on that, for sure.
Do you think that somebody else besides Biden should be president?
Yes,
next
of
time?
course, of course. Bring back Trump.
Tell me why.
We had money. We had money when Trump was president.
Free my son Trump. Free my son Trump. Trump 2024, everybody. Trump 2023.
That's crazy. And we're here in the Bronx.
I'm gonna vote for Trump if he runs, because I feel like it was much better when he was here financially for everybody. Not just me, for everybody.
I'm definitely voting for Donald Trump. He made sure we had money in our pockets. He was for the people. He made sure we had what we needed. I feel like everything will go back to how it was. Ever since he's been out of office, everything's declined.
When Trump was president, my life was good. Economical-wise, I was doing so much better.
They're saying it's going to be Biden-Trump, so who will you vote for?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to go for Trump.
Sorry. I'm gonna go for Trump. Trump. Always Trump.
Here, let me see. Who are you voting for?
Trump.
One voter wasn't even asked about Bidenomics, and even she said, Bidenomics is not working. That is a dagger in the heart for the DCCC. They spent months, they spent years trying to come up with the proper political strategy and messaging campaign ahead of 2024. Bidenomics was the flagship. Bidenomics was the tip of the spear that was supposed to break through and change everything for the Democrat Party, change everything for the perception perception of Joe Biden as a leader, and boy, has it failed, and I mean failed spectacularly. People are not buying it. And most importantly, most people aren't even really paying attention to politics. We could talk all the time about the Biden scandals, Trump witch hunts, this, that, and the other. For the most part, there's a certain section of the population that isn't even paying attention. They don't know about Hunter Biden's laptop. They don't know about the Trump cases. They probably, know about, the Trump indictments and the mugshot, of course. But they don't really know what's going on. They're not following the day-to-day politics. They don't understand policy. They're just not paying attention. But what they do understand is their current standard of living. That's something everybody understands. And when people are going to McDonald's, ordering a Big Mac combo, and it's costing them $15, $16 in some places, well then all of a sudden, there starts to be a sentiment shift. One lady interviewed said, I used to go to that sandwich shop across the street and I can't go there anymore. It's $20 for a meal. That right there is the sentiment. In the next election, Joe Biden has to sell something to his disenfranchised voters. These regular people who would normally just show up for the Democrats or just show up in an election season because it's some sort of existential crisis that the Democrats have painted and they have to vote for Joe Biden to save the country. Yeah, kind of hard to sell that when you've had 3 years of this absolute freaking clown in office and all of a sudden you're going broke or you're considering downsizing or can't afford to live where you live at all. And so you need to pick up your entire life and move because the economic state has gotten so bad. That's what Democrats have to contend with. They have to contend with the average person saying, what's happening right now, I don't know what it is. I don't have the details. I don't know the policies. I don't understand the economics. I don't understand anything. But I understand that my life right now is worse than it was prior. And Joe, you better be selling me something quick to convince me to show up and vote for you, because the alternative is if you don't win over that voter and win over that voter fast with the election coming as fast as it is, well then that voter is either not going to vote, not going to show up, or consider voting for your opponent, Donald Trump, as either a protest vote or just like a Hail Mary, like, look, this isn't working, let's go back to what we had earlier, or let's try something new. I mean, that's kind of the way Donald Trump got elected in 2016 in the first place, if you think about it. Donald Trump was a total Hail Mary candidate. It was 8 years of Obama, it was 8 years of stagnation, slow growth and government expansion, attempting to get out of a recession through government policy and government involvement, and worst of all, the growth of government. It didn't really pan out so great. Obama, I think, was mostly a failure, especially for the people who were voting for Obama expecting big change. There was this sort of slump towards the second term of his presidency, and so people were faced with the option. Hillary Clinton, with all her scandals and her just unlikable everything, or, just screw it. Let's Hail Mary with this Trump thing and see where it goes. That's what happened. Hey, guess what? That Hail Mary worked out pretty great now, didn't it? No wars, great economic policies. Everyone seemed happy except for the blue anon, septum ring, blue-haired, I identify as a toaster people. And so like I keep saying, 2024, it feels very similar. It feels like a lot of the same factors of 2016 are kind of resurfacing. We went back to the status quo, and that's what the pitch was back in 2020. Elect Uncle Joe so we could return back to normal, so we could bring decency back to the White House. Well, what did decency get you? You got rid of the mean tweets, you certainly did, but now you're broke and can't buy sandwiches. Womp, womp, womp. Maybe, just maybe, Trump wasn't that bad after all, and that seems to be the realization that most people are coming to, whether it's those on the streets, whether it's minority voters, whether it's just regular people, not really in tune with politics or economics, just kind of doing their thing without a care in the world, whether it's those people, whether it's the anchors like Chris Cuomo, whether it's the organizers like that BLM supporter. The list goes on. People are waking up, and it's that same phenomenon that we've mentioned now for actually almost like 4 years, that maybe Donald Trump wasn't all that bad. Maybe it's time to give him another shot. Let's see what happens, folks. I'll keep you updated on absolutely everything, but that's what I got for you guys on this one. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, friends, and I will see you on the next one.